Okay, my name is Kelvin Hughes. I run a creative media services company in Poulsbo, Washington, mainly video production, photography and web design. And currently my latest passion and hobby is flying these. This is a quadcopter, commonly known as a drone or remote controlled aircraft. I've been investigating for the last 10 years. Prior to 2 years ago or so, everything that you came across was gasoline powered, large, noisy, incredibly difficult to maneuver, operate, and deadly when you crashed. Nowadays everything has gone electric. This is run from a lithium polymer battery, so they're very small, very light, very unobtrusive, just sound like an angry hornet in the sky. The minute I saw one of these advertised, it took me overnight to think about it, and the next day I put my order in. They come from China. I had to wait 4 weeks for it to arrive, beginning of the year. And when it did, I immediately powered it up and took it out for my first flight. These have been traditionally used for a number of years, as I said, in movies, commercials, high-end video production, because they cost $15,000 or $20,000, but couldn't replace a full-size $1 million helicopter and get shots that you can't normally get any other way. Now that they've gone small, electric, they're a tenth of the cost. And for $2,000, you can fly. So, GoPro, gimbal.
Gimbal?
To stabilize the camera.
Okay.
Downlink, video downlink.
Where's the downlink? Right here, there's the downlink. Okay.
Video downlink to the goggles. So the data port is connected into the back of the gimbal. It runs through the gimbal, through the wire, inside to the what is known as a flight control unit. Flight control unit then sends the signal back out into this device. That device sends it down via 5.8 gigahertz.
So if you move your head, does that move the camera?
You can get actually models that do that. This one's a fixed one, so the only controls I have on this camera are to tilt the camera up and down. By changing the aircraft, I change the direction of the camera up and down, obviously vertical, and then I can go from that up to that. It'll even go up there. That's not very. It's not very interesting. Yeah. Usually I'll fly around there. If I'm taking stills, I'll point it down there. But for video, you want to try and get it just a little bit off there. And then when it's powered, whatever the aircraft is doing, the camera stays steady.
Gimbal,
yeah. I mean, the gimbal cost more than the helicopter.
Really?
Yeah.
How much is the gimbal?
$700.
And the helicopter?
No, it's about 700. But it's all relative. I mean, fly it without a gimbal and you're going to get maybe 5 seconds of usable video out of every flight. You can fly it for 10 minutes because you can fly at longer distance because the gimbal weighs so much. It actually really sucks the life out of the battery. Battery goes in there.
How long can it fly?
6.5 minutes. When the battery starts dying, you start losing altitude. The faster the battery dies, the faster the craft comes down. Yeah, I can see how long the camera has been recording, which is one way I judge time. The other one is stopwatch on my wrist. And then the other is actually by feel. When I give it some gas and it doesn't go up, I know I'm running out of battery. Time to come home. The physical range on the transmitter is 900 feet. You can get extra powered transmitters that will take you a kilometer and a half. FAA regulations say that you're not supposed to fly out of line of sight, so you've always got to keep an eye on the aircraft, and the guidelines are 400 feet and below. You've got to balance it, you've got to get it super stable, you've got to balance the propellers. If a propeller is not balanced, if slightly heavier on one side, it will vibrate.
So how do you balance it out?
Well, you put it on a balance and you actually sandpaper down each side of the blade.
You do that for all 4 of them?
Oh yes.
You've lost one?
Oh yes.
Can you talk about that experience?
No. I'm still hoping it's going to come home. Well, you're going to lose one, you're going to crash it. You're going to crash it multiple times learning to fly it. Depends on where you fly. You might end up in a tree, you might end up in water. It's not for the faint of heart. You're putting $2,000 into the sky and relying on your skill to bring it home safely. You can buy toys for under $100. Learn to fly before you put an expensive camera on and take it out. That's probably the best advice. Learn to fly it before you load it up with expensive equipment. The ability to put this anywhere from a few feet to a few hundred feet gives me just a different angle that you can't get any other way. It's a unique point of view, and those are the kind of shots that I'm looking for. It's like looking at a television screen 6 feet away from you. That's all you see. It's disorientating, it's incredibly claustrophobic, and you don't want to fly it with the goggles anywhere around something that you can hit. I get nervous every time you take off. Anything can go wrong. An engine can cut out, blade can break. When people come up and try to talk to me when I'm flying, I'm as polite as I can be, but my concentration is on flying, not talking. But as soon as I land, everybody rushes up and then I'll talk. I do aerial photography from small planes, from helicopters. All depends on the job. If you've got a limited budget, you can't fly on real helicopters or aeroplanes. Most of the time, if you're doing a professional production, you do use real flying machines. Much easier. You can concentrate on the picture and not flying. It's very hard, flying and taking pictures. If you want to see the various festivals that I've flown, the 4th of July parade, the Viking Festival, the Wooden Boat Show Festival, and this current one, the Kinetic sculpture race, you can find them all at www.iwanttoflylikeaneagle.com. And that's what I like to do, fly like an eagle. I've travelled from the Arctic to the Antarctic and most points in between, doing nature photography. You can get an accent like mine, 6 months, night school, $2,000. Pay me, I'll teach you.